Good morning, everybody. This is me, Dorilina, and this is Doty's page on YouTube. I also have a business name, Hugs and Kisses Art Studio, but you're not going to see that for a while until I can get other things situated. So then you'll start seeing artwork and stuff. Um, if you guys caught this live, cool. If you don't, maybe you'll catch it in a rerun. Anyway, just 1 second. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm going to try and speak a little louder than I normally do because I'm usually relaxed, and when I'm relaxed, I talk low. But today I want to talk about some things that have happened, are happening, and I can't tell the future, but what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to do a quick, brief run of what's happened. Okay, and this is through the years. I'm talking like what we've been through here in the United States. I'm an American, so I can't really talk about other countries because I don't know. I don't know their laws or nothing. What's happened, I guess, with through years and years and years and years and years. I'm talking decades. As you guys know, there was, the United States started 200 years ago. Okay, we'll go that far. Then the civil wars came, the end of slavery, all that stuff, World War One, World War Two, all these other little wars. Okay, well, the end of slavery was one of the biggest ones because that just wasn't about um, territory. That was about the rights of a human being. And so that, excuse me, in my opinion, was one of the biggest ones that ended. In 1963, that's when a lot of it was ending. Basically, in 1963, that's when a lot of the evil people were chased out. Okay, they were ran off the planet, believe it or not, because from they were not from this planet. You guys are gonna get where I'm coming from here shortly. Um, there's goods and then there's bads. There's good people and then there's bad people. You would think, well, everybody I meet is nice and, okay, there's some assholes out there and stuff like that, but yeah, it's true. But at the same time, there are people that really, really, really sell their soul. They just turn the cheek and go the other way. They don't go towards the good. What I mean by that is they go towards themselves. They go towards greed. They go towards money. They go towards, um, all the lustful pleasures. They go towards control. They want control. They want to be in charge. Whatever they say goes. And if you challenge them, they have a fit. They don't like that. And I've met people like that. I've met a lot of people in my life like that. And see, so that darkness that those people had way back when slavery was happening and stuff, this was, centuries, right? Centuries ago. Well, um, that had that had happened, but it still kind of lingers on, that darkness. I got a message last night from the Almighty. If you guys don't like the word God, well, you know, that's that's up to you. I got a message from Father Absolute. Um, he was talking about demons, sorcerers, magicians, um, witches and stuff, witchcraft and stuff. Well, he didn't really talk about witches and witchcraft, but he was talking about demons and what they do. And if what his message was last night was, if we knew what the demons would do, we would totally, I mean, not leave that door a little open so they can come in. And because what they do is horrifying. I mean, and they are out to steal our soul. A lot of people in power, let me put it this way, and I already talked about yesterday. Okay, we'll put that category away already with that history. Well, now I'm going to talk about today. What people do now, you've seen them, and this is how we're born, right? When we're born, people choose our lives. Okay, me, right? Before I was born, I chose my life. I chose where I want to be. I chose um, where I want to live, what I want to look like, what all this, right? I chose my body because my spirit and my body are two different things. My body's going to die one of these days, but my soul is not. Okay? Two different things. Get it? And I chose to come to Earth School. We are not getting punished by God. Everybody thinks, uh, you know, damnation and what is that other big word? The apocalypse and stuff like that. All that is wrong. It's totally, the darkness really made us, brainwashed us to believe all that stuff. That's wrong. It is totally wrong. What's happened is we're born to come to this planet from other beings, from other, not from other beings, from other, galaxies, from other parts of the universe. And when we're born, our memory is totally erased, gone. We have no recollection as to who we are, where we are. We have to learn how to walk, how to eat, how to use the restroom, how to do everything like when we're a baby, right? wear a diaper and all this stuff. Well, we got to learn to do that. How to start living in, you know, in our um, surroundings. We need, we start adapting to the type of language we have, the type of people, the type of music, the type of foods, the air we breathe, the everything. We start adapting to that. And as we grow, we obviously learn wrong from right, good from bad. Well, that's where we are right now. We're adults here because my channel not for kids. And whoever watches this, I hope you watch till the end. It's not going to be long because I got a lot of stuff to do. So, and if I'm stepping on anybody's feet, you know, I'm not here to, uh, I got my own thing to do, right? So I don't know what to tell you about that. If somebody else is on live at the same time, go to them. See me later. See me. If you don't like me, then go to them. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. Let me catch up to my thoughts here. Um, what's going on right now is this darkness is trying to destroy the planet. And it had been getting out of hand by these weapons of mass destruction. That's when the angels, that's when um, Father Absolute, the Creator, the Almighty, uh, that's when was, you know, that's when it was said, enough, no more. This planet here, Earth, we live on, it's living, okay? It's alive. It's alive. Look at the trees, they're alive. The tree wouldn't grow, you can't grow stuff on something that's dead. Because if you plant a seed on something that's dead, it's going to be dead also. This planet is alive. We need to be aware of that. This planet, the name of this planet is called Gaia. We call it Earth, but the universe knows it as Gaia. Well, beings from other planets, and I mean extraterrestrials, right? ETs, as they call it. I've heard them called Martians, aliens, whatever you want to call them. They have names, just like us. We're Earthlings. We're human. Who knows? How would you like to be called an alien if you were to go to a different planet? In fact, if you don't believe me, I know a little bit of alien language. N-E-K-E-M-A. If you don't know what that means, it means I love you very much. I was taught that by aliens. So if that don't start to ring your bell, I got a lot of other news I can tell you. A lot. I have been in training for, I believe it's 4 months already. That's what I was told this morning, 4 months ago. Well, at first I was told, because at first I was excited. I started telling everybody, then I didn't know enough, so they told me not to say anything. Now I've been told to start teaching and, you know, s- telling people what I know. I'm not a certified instructor yet. I'm not a certified teacher. Um, I'm just little old me right now. And I've been instructed to tell you guys what I know. So here's a little bit of what I know. Okay. First of all, this planet is not round. This planet is not flat. You know, say it backwards there. Okay. People that think this planet is flat, it'd be like cutting an orange in half, right? And okay, you'd see the orange in half, it'd be cut on top flat. Okay. And from here, I could, you know, aside from the trees, I would probably climb on a tall building or something like that. I'd be able to see Mount Everest. I'd be able to see the tall buildings in China. I'd be able to see the really tall buildings in in you know like the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that. No, we can't do that because it would be flat. With a good telescope, we'd be able to see that, right? We can't. You just see the horizon. See the horizon because the Earth is round. So let me make that clear. I used to freak out like people thought, really, the Earth is flat, and then yeah, it just goes on. I mean, I can talk about that for a long time, but that's not my main subject right now. The Earth is round. Okay, get over it. Um, some of the things that the scientists, you know, see out in space, a lot of them are not true. A lot of them are fabricated, but at the same time, a lot of them are true. Which which one is kind of like the Bible, right? A lot of the words in the Bible are true and a lot of them are not. It's been with the Bible, it's been manipulated through the years. Okay. Sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. Scientists, um, but scientists aren't like that. Scientists are a little different. Scientists, they'll picture something like the James Webb Telescope, right? That came out and showed a totally different view from the Hubble telescope. That one really, really just put things in focus and people learned how to do that. Technology is a gift from the Almighty. It's for us, but it's being hacked and abused by people, by the darkness, by people that use it for bad intentions. So beware of that. Well, okay, back to the telescopes here before I get off track. The planets you see, like, okay, Jupiter, Saturn, um, Thor, Thor. You guys might have heard that character. I always thought he was a superhero like Superman or Batman or something like that. Thor. Well, there's a real Thor. And yes, there's a real phoenix too. There was a real phoenix, a bird that flew out of the fire. That's what the phoenix was. That's why they call it a phoenix. I don't know a lot about that one because that's, little studies for later. But Thor came to me. He spoke to me. His message was he's completely flattered by the way us humans think of him. I mean, he's like, thank you. He was very, very thankful to us. and he's a nice guy and everything. He's, um, yeah, what can I say about Thor? He's awesome. I didn't know that he lives on planet Venus. That's where he lives. Back to the planets. We see Venus with the telescopes as a ball of fire mountains and lakes of lava and stuff like that, right? We see um, nothing but like heat there, nothing but, how can anybody survive there? Well, that's because our thinking, the only way we can see things is through a third dimension. We have to go to a different dimension to be able to see life on other planets. We've sent um, telescopes and computers and robots and stuff to Mars. Well, uh, find nothing. It's vacant. It's empty. There's no life, no nothing, because we're in a different. Because even the telescopes and computers and robots, those are on a those are on the third dimension. Okay, yeah, even you can get a wrench and throw it. Don't mean you're gonna break dimensions, right? The wrench is still going to be in the third dimension. So it's very confusing. If you were to get, like I said, a wrench, you can't throw it through a different dimension. It doesn't work like that. Even the wrench is just metal, like the computer or the robots or stuff. They're just metal. Well, they should be able to go because they don't have a soul. No, it don't work like that. It They're still in the third dimension too. Well, when we see other planets like Pluto, very nice people. I'll call them people. I don't exactly know what, because they're beings, is what they are. I'll call them beings. Not beans like pinto beans, being like I'm a human being, right? Human being, right? Uh, they're beings in that live on Pluto. They are very peaceful. They're tall. Um, they have two eyes. They have a nose. They have a head. They have long, thin bodies, and their hands, their arms and hands. I think they have 4 arms and 2 legs, but they are very nice. Don't get me, you know, I'd have to go back and look them up. So I'm just going to say beans, right? Forget about how I describe them, but they're beans and they're very uh, loving, peaceful, and quiet. They're people, beings. Well, when we go up there, we don't see anything. We just see a total vacant planet. What's going on my phone here? Okay. Anyway, um, it's because we'd have to go through a different dimension. That's how it is for Saturn. That's how it is for Neptune. I mean Neptune. When was it Neptune or Uranus? One of those planets with James Webb Telescope. I mean from Hubble telescope to James Webb, two totally different things. It's like the James Webb telescope really like, oh my goodness, that planet is beautiful. And that's how other planets see us. See, we're just in the third dimension. I was thinking about, because they asked me the other day, what is the what's the first and second dimension? You know, I haven't really been taught that. So I'm going to give you my understanding. Okay, the first dimension is like, and this is just me talking, not from what I've been taught. Okay, so it's a totally different category. I'm learning just like you guys are. Well, like a first dimension, I believe it would be like a rock. Excuse me. Okay, believe it or not, a rock has conscience. Everything in this planet has consciences. Everything. I don't care what anybody says, it has consciences. The steering wheel has consciences. The paint on it, everything. Okay, it'd be like the steering wheel, like a rock, like something that don't move, something that just you put and it's there, and it's, you know, it's there. Uh, it doesn't say anything, it doesn't move, it doesn't eat, it doesn't breathe, nothing. I believe that's what the first dimension is, from my understanding. The second dimension is like, and I'm going to pick on my beautiful trees, but I'm just going to use them as an example. But just like the steering wheel, they can't move anywhere, but they do have conscience. They do live and they do communicate with everything, but they're solid. They can't go anywhere. Doesn't mean they're imprisoned. The trees are not chained down or nothing. They've done nothing wrong. The trees are beautiful. The trees have conscience. The tree does grow. The tree does die, you know. If like water, right? Water has conscience. Believe it or not, it does. In our bodies, there's trillions and trillions of microscopic molecules, atoms that work with each other. See, and they work with each other and they form me. They form a body that I can live in, right? So that's why it's good to drink healthy water. It's good to eat healthy food, to stay healthy and, you know, and safe and stuff like that. Because this is the third dimension. We get to choose. We got free will. I'm a person, like my little dog Abigail. She lives here in the third dimension with me. She has a consciousness. She eats, she sleeps, she gets tired, she grows old. You know, it only grows old. You don't grow young. Time is a totally different long video, but it's only right in here. It's only on planet Earth. Time is not in space. There's no time in space. None. So, okay, that's why they say live for the moment, or I say live for the moment. My spiritual guides, they tell me live for the moment because you're living for this moment, which will soon be the past. And you live for the moment, which is guiding you in the future. Okay. So you got to live for the moment. Make sure, just like when I'm driving the semi, I'm on that road. I've rolled over every inch of this United States. I haven't skipped from here to 300 feet to 2 miles to 500 miles without my tire rotating. So I have rolled every little tiny and every time my tire turns and turns and does that, makes contact to the road, that's a moment. Because if there'd be a hole there, then I would feel it, right? So that's living for the moment. And I'm steering, okay, so where am I going? Am I going off the road? Am I going straight on the road? Do I got to turn? How far do I got to go? Stuff like that. But you know, that's how it is when living for the moment. It's really, really complicated, but okay, that's the now, living for the moment. I already said what it was before yesterday. This is today. I'll tell you a little bit more about today with the good and bad, with the light and darkness. I'm a warrior of light. I'm a pillar of light. If you need help, let me know. Um, it's not that I'm gonna, you know, you know, I do, but I don't know how to use it yet. None of us know how to use it yet because we all need to be taught. So that's where it goes on to the tomorrow, right? I said yesterday, today, now, tomorrow. What's happening right now is um, there's a lot of changes going on. Remember I told you about Mother Earth? Gaia? I call it Mother Earth. We live on Mother Earth and we are adapted to, if you're listening to this, well, and you live on Mother Earth too. So I can say we live on Mother Earth. We eat, we live, right? We sleep, we have fun, we enjoy our lives. Sometimes we get sick, sometimes we don't, ups and downs and stuff. Well, by living on Mother Earth, what we need to do is treat Mother Earth better. I find a lot of trash out here. If you don't, um, if you don't like what you see, change it, right? Well, I got gloves. I got work gloves. Sometimes when I see these truck drivers and stuff, I haven't seen anybody just throw the trash because I would probably go out and confront them and tell them not to do it. But sometimes I'm picking up trash that other people leave because I don't like to see my Mother Earth so dirty. It's kind of like, you see something on your, on your garment or something, you're going to brush it off, right? That's basically what I do to Mother Earth. Well, that's it's coming from my heart. Like I told you about the darkness. Father Absolute, as he mentioned. He called himself that. Um, I'll just say Father Absolute. He said he was telling me about demons. He told me about them last night. And to be extremely careful with demons. Be extremely careful with if you get any like bad vibes, if you get a bad feeling or something, get away from it. Right now, what's happening is high energy. The earth is shifting. We live in two realities. There you are. We live in two realities right now. If you don't believe me, my brother called me the other day, all worried. I'm driving down the road. He called me all worried. He told me, you okay? I told him, yeah, I'm fine. What's going on? And he says, no, really, you okay? I told him, I'm fine. He says, okay. So he didn't know what to say and he didn't know how to tell me. He read my obituaries in the newspaper or posted somewhere. I thought, really? Wow, that was a kicker. That was a kicker there. I'm like, that proved to me that we do live in. So my other me apparently is gone. I think. I don't know yet. I don't know. I know nothing. Hi, Humberto. How are you doing? Well, with that happening like that, oh my God, that's proof right there that we live in that the earth is shifting. It's shifting right now. It's shifting, and we have um, the poles, the north and south pole. The pole have shifted, both of them, and they already have shifted. So that's why we're seeing also another reason, um, different weather patterns, and also there's a lot more. Uh, the Earth's magnetic force has changed. There's solar flares that are coming out of the sun. A lot of people are claiming, the scientists, they're claiming that they're really bad for us, that they're going to fry us, that they're going to create, total chaos and stuff. When really what's happening is uh, they're cleansing the earth, that they're cleaning it up. Okay, let me put it this way. When you have the earth right there, okay, let me put it a different way here. Say you have a little ant pile, right? And it's in the way right there, right? Where you're working and stuff. And you can't keep building your house because say you're building a house and there's an ant pile right there where every time you go around there, the ants start crawling up your legs and start biting you and stuff, right? And so, like, no, those need to move. We need to clear all this stuff up because we're going to make this house in the yard really beautiful. So the ant pile needs to move. The little ants are being little menaces there, right? Well, you get them, you're going to move them. It's not that you're going to get each one, tell them pack their bags and move like that. No, you're just going to get them and sweep them away, right? And somehow get rid of their little ant colony that they have. That's what, so the ants are going to say, the world is ending. The world is ending. Everything is, all our ants are, all my ant buddies are dying and stuff. Well, basically, that's kind of like what's happening. So, and the ants are going to say, you guys are bad. You guys are bad. Really, when it's not, it's like, I'm building a house. I'm building a nice, beautiful yard. Things are going to be a million times better than they are right now. And this little ant pile, picking on the little ants, but I like the little ants a little buddies. They're hard little workers. But I'm saying, just using that as an example, the little ants are going to be saying, you guys are bad. You guys are evil. You guys just destroyed us. When it, in a sense, it's kind of like the people saying, the media saying, there's flares coming in. It's, they're messing up our computers. They're messing up our, our, the way we got our function and everything, or everything, the structure. They're messing all that up. They're bad. No, they're just cleaning it up. That's what solar flares are doing to the planet right now. They're not. The solar flares that are coming from our sun, that's what it's doing. It's sending uh, magnetic waves to Mother Earth here. And because Mother Earth has a strong magnetic force. I don't know about the other planets. I really don't know. I don't know about Saturn or Jupiter or Mars or anything. I don't know what kind of magnetic force they have. I know they have some because they orbit, but all I know is about this one, right? I'm not really studying magnetic forces, but I know about this one. Well, that's what's happening with this planet, and it's changing. So a lot of the people are going to say, bad things are happening, bad things, this world's coming to the end, and end times and stuff. And in a way, it's true. In a way, it's not. It's end times for the bad people, is what it is. But it's not end times. It's not. The Earth is not going to die. The Earth isn't going anywhere. Earth is cleaning itself up, and it's going to look 1,000,000 times better than it is today. That's what's happening. Will be happening tomorrow. Okay. Remember I said that yesterday, then I spoke yesterday, I spoke today, now I'm speaking about tomorrow. Well, if people don't start waking up, they are going to be those little ants that are going to be swept away, and they are going to be like, you killed us, you're like, you bad people and stuff. Like, no, it's, you guys need to wake up and see what's happening. I got some good news today, this morning. Oh my God, this morning was like, I even got a vibration and everything. You have to, okay, we live, like I said, we live in a third dimension. Our brains, our memory has been wiped clean. So when we believe in God, when we believe in angels, when we believe in demons, when we believe in karma and stuff, none of those are physical, right? They're not material, none of them. They're all invisible. You can't see karma. You can't see an angel. You can't see, um, y- you can see the darkness, yeah, but you can't really see what do you call it? What darkness does. You can only, it's the consequences that you experience. Like me damaging my tractor and trailer. That wasn't evil. That was being distracted, being, uh, you know, in a situation where I put myself in where I had no choice. And because something like this, a semi, you go in, you can't just all of a sudden always back up. You can't do that. Sometimes you got to go through with it. Well, that's like our lives. Our lives, we chose this life. Remember, I said before we were born, we chose, not to mention being prejudiced is the most ridiculous thing in the world. It is being prejudiced is absolutely absurd. Be prejudiced of someone who is who's white. Uh, being prejudiced of someone because of their skin color, because they're black, or because they speak different, or because they're from a certain country, or because they're small, or because they're overweight, or because whatever, or because they're female or male or something. Discrimination and and prejudice, they're a little different, but being prejudiced is like it's totally senseless. Let me explain. Once you wake up, you start to see these things. When I mean by wake up, I don't mean by wake up from your sleep at night and then you wake up, have coffee. That's a human kind of wake up. When you wake up spiritually, when you wake up as to what's going on with your soul, with your being, that's waking up. That's really waking up. Hi, Toga, how are you doing? And when you wake up like that, you are really, really become knowledgeable of so much stuff. And it's like you want to spread it and tell everybody and have kind of like a campfire. You know, if you go camping, you wake up, okay, the first one wakes up, has to start the fire. So everybody's going to want to stay sleeping late and stuff because they don't want to start the campfire. But some people, like me, I'm an early bird. I'll get up. I don't mind starting a campfire. So I'm going to wake up. And once I get the fire going, other people are going to say, "Oh wow, thanks for the fire, nice hot coffee," and stuff. Right? So sometimes they want the easy way about it. That's fine. I don't got a problem with that. But they need to wake up. You can't stay sleeping in a tent all day long. So that's what I'm saying now. Please wake up. Uh, have a conversation. Have a nice conversation. I'll be listening. Well, thank you, Toga. And yes, good morning. Uh, Hi, Dodi. Good morning. Thanks, Umberto. Well, this is what's happening right now. People need, and I am 1000% serious about this, and this is no joke. I've never been more serious in my life. People need to wake up as to what's going on. And I'm just going to put it in one word: spiritually. If you have any sort of faith, lean on that faith as much as you can. Ask, ask, ask. Go outside and ask. Just, you know, speak to the air, right? Hey, what's going on or something like that, right? I'm here. I'm here. So yeah, thank you guys. And so you know what? You will be heard because the angels are always with you. They're there. They're with you. Like I said earlier, Father Absolute. Like I said, call him whatever you want. You can call him a peanut butter sandwich. He doesn't care. He is who he is, right? Um, in this particular message, he called himself Father Absolute. So when he comes to me, he calls himself Father Absolute. And so I know who it is, right? Well, he was talking to me about demons. And he told me if people knew what demons do, what they are, they would not leave the door, not one bit opened. And by that, I mean not listen to the kind of evil music, not uh, do things that would risk their health, not do things that would insult other people. And I'm going to get to this in a little bit. I'm following through, right? Well, because what the demons do, they will uh, lie and cheat and do everything. They'll trick you. Magicians. By the way, there's really no such thing as warlocks. They're sorcerers. Warlocks is just a made up word. Um, I think from Bewitched or something. I don't know. But they, like the demons, will trick you and trap you and stuff. Don't let them do that. They will fool you like they fooled us all this time about believing that some people, like I said, believe the earth is flat. It's not flat. Some people think that, um, you know, what in the Bible is set in stone and that's it. Well, the Bible was written by a lot of people 2,000 years ago. So it's kind of going to change. The language that people say, um, hi, Jason Rolls. There, where's that main bag, Brian Bates? He got behind here. No, Jason, there's no sense in talking bad about anybody, okay? And this is exactly what I'm talking about right now. So you might want to stick around. Um, what, see, like when we start letting people in that are, um, that aren't to our likings, um, being prejudiced, being discriminative, being just plain mean. And I'm not talking about you, Jason. Okay, I'm talking about everybody in general. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about everybody in general. So don't take it personal. Don't. I'm not here to chase people away. Let me put it that way. I'm a beam of light. Okay, I'm. In fact, even Jesus went to some of the people that a lot of people didn't even like, and he showed them, right? He showed them the difference of good and bad. I'm not Jesus, but you know, anyway, Jesus has been teaching me also. So, well, what, um, like, um, that's such a cool truck. That's such a cool truck. Look at that. That's beautiful. The pipes are black and stuff. That's awesome. There it is. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, like I was saying, wow, I'm better color now, like technic color now. Well, that's why I hadn't. Well, the glasses make it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry about that. I don't know. I think that truck came in and threw me some different vibes or something. But thanks for hanging in there, whoever hung in there. Say something. Anyway, like I was saying, being prejudiced is the most obscene thing you can do because I myself, you see me now as Dodalina. I was in a different incarnation. I was a black person. I was a guy. I was a girl. I was Paul. I was born in a different country. I spoke a different language, but it's my soul that is continuing on, but in a different body. Okay. So that's how it works. That's the school part. And that's what happened. Like, that's what happens when when things get like crazy and you don't and you're constantly being mean and constantly you don't wake up, you're going to die and you're going to live life all over again. Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Uh, anyway, that's what happens when you're going to uh, if you're going to be constantly rude and not want to wake up. See, because what we're taught is if we're bad, we go to hell. Well, it's a little it's a little different than that. Thanks for listening to me while you work. I hope I don't bore you or nothing, but this is some real stuff, Toga. Um, see, when you're, let me see, when you made me lose my train of thought there for a second. When you're doing something and you don't end up um, waking up like at the campfire, right? You stay sleeping all day, you're gonna miss everything because you're gonna be sleeping in a tent all day. While in life, if you don't wake up, you're gonna be sleeping through another life because you'll die and then you'll be born and you're still gonna be, your memory's gonna be wiped clean again and you're gonna be in a different body, in a different time, in a different, um, you're gonna look different. You're gonna be possibly a overweight person, or you're going to be, a girl. You're going to be, you know, whatever, macho. You know, you're going to be in a different life situation, and you're going to have to learn it all over again, and you're going to have to wake up. At some point in time, we need to wake up. Right now, this time, right now. And I'm talking about the future right now. Right now is the best time to wake up because we have the technology, we have the computers, we have the phones, we have, uh, we know how to take care of our house. We have communication, we have transportation, we have, um, you know, so much going for us right now. It's the best time because things will get better after this. So it's like on a what I call it my Dodi-O-meter, right? Right now, a lot of people are asleep, right? They're asleep down here. Me, I'm awake, right? I'm like I'm awake. I still need a lot to wake up to, but I'm awake. I'm way up here. Some people are starting to wake up, but it goes up and down with my dodiometer, right? Well, I, like I said, I don't do miracles, but if you need anything, um, what I do is I'm like a pillar of light. I'm like a beacon of light out there. At sea, you're at sea, your little boat's rocking, and um, you're looking for some sort of help because you're out at sea and you're in a storm and you don't see nothing because of the fog or because of the dark or something, and not darkness, but dark, because night or something, or even in the day, and you see some sort of light. Okay, you're going to follow that light because that light's going to lead you to safety. I'm that light, okay? And not that light's going to all of a sudden rescue you or come out and help you bring in the fish or whatever. No, I'm just a light so that you go towards a light. And once you come to me, which I am the beacon of light, I'm a pillar of light, you will be able to see other things. But you can't just come to me and like, okay, now what? You kind of have to like absorb my positive energy that let the light shine on you. In other words, I've been told that I have to, well, it's like my mission, my assignment. And I'm not a recruiter or nothing like that, but I've been told to, um, to help people, to make them feel comfortable that what I'm saying is true. Okay. Like I just had a comment from Jason Rules. I believe he said later, so I'm not sure if he's still here, but I only got one person now because I lost contact. Well, see, I got one person that's being mean to another person, right? So there's some conflict going on there. I'm not going to absorb any of that negative energy that either one from either side, whether they're good or bad. That's not for me. Whatever they've done, to me, it doesn't matter. To me, to me, you do your thing and you will be, um, and again, God doesn't punish, but you will uh, suffer the consequences. Like being mean like that, that's not good. Um, some people on this channel need to wake up. It's kind of like I said, I believe in my channel, having faith. Yeah, that's what it is. You have to have faith. And that faith just isn't going to say, like, okay, I'm going through the storm, the snowstorm or something. Please get me to safety and I'm going to get there. Okay, that's faith. Yes, you did your job and stuff. Doing your job, right? You're doing your job. Well, the faith just isn't going to take you there. The faith just not going to say, okay, follow me. I'll take you over there. No, you got to do your job. You got to have faith and do your part. It works the same way with our lives, with our souls. So what we got to do is have faith, follow it. We got to do what we have to do. Music. Okay, music is a big thing. And I've known this ever since I was a kid and way before I even knew about Archangel Michael. Um, and I will tell you a little bit about what I was granted a little while ago with Archangel. The music will send off bad energies. The music is one. It it'll because it you can't really see music. You hear it, right? So it goes through the air. right? Some people, like my dog, don't understand music. She understands noises, but she doesn't understand the music. She understands the English language, but she doesn't understand all the meanings that come with music. We understand the meanings that come with music. Some meanings are calling to the darkness. They are. They're calling and they're celebrating to, um, I'll put it in a hardball word, devil worshippers. They're calling, yes, please come, please come. We're having a party here, please come, right? That's what, like, some of this music, and I'm not just talking about hard rock, it's in all types of music. Uh, you name it, country, uh, love songs, hard rock, soft rock, all kinds of music in different languages. And I've known that ever since I was a kid because I used to get bad feelings. I'd buy a CB, a C, actually back then it was a cassette tape. And, all right, it's my cassette tape. It's mine, right? I put it and start playing it. I remember, I'm not going to say what band, but um, it was that cassette tape I had of Van Halen. And I just threw it out the window. No, I'm not going to, what is it, run with the devil? Like, what the, and I just threw it out the window. Like, oh, did I say the band? I'm sorry. But no, see, music like that, they really, you might think, okay, that's a cool song. Yeah, sure, just ignore the lyrics. You can't ignore the lyrics. Words have meanings. Just like people, in fact, I think I lost a really good follower I had, SRG 7th, because of another guy was speaking hate about and said the N word. And to me, see these words, I'm still learning myself. And I just ignored it, right? And I'm just playing along. Well, 7th got insulted, and now he no longer wants to talk to me because of this uh, other person uh, that said something. Robert, actually, he said something. He said the N word and stuff. Well, see, that's why I say, like, I don't follow that negativeness. I don't follow it. But some people, like if Dar reads this or Brian, that negative energy that Jason Rules is putting out is directed towards them, right? But am I here to stop it? And that's one thing about you guys that you guys, when you guys have a blue wrench, please use it. That's why I give you guys blue wrenches. Use the blue wrenches. If you see some bad language like that, block it, right? Because it's not always, sometimes I miss it, sometimes I don't see it, and block it. You know, I don't care. I don't like negative towards one another, one of you guys towards one another, or I'm not going to go negative against anybody. I'm not, that's not my job. If I were to go negative against somebody, that throws me back to the wolves, and I love wolves, but basically it just throws me back all the way down to the gutter. And all this learning that I've done would be all for nothing. Um, what I miss, I'm sorry I can't go back all the way because I can't remember everything I said, Humberto. But thanks for coming in again. I don't know what happened to the my internet, but anyway, yeah. See, but that's what I'm saying about like tomorrow, because what's happening right now, the Earth is shifting. We have to be, in other words, and I'll put it my way, on our best behavior. because if not, things are going to get worse. Like they told me, this is like they told me. I got, and I had to go through this procedure to do it, right? It involves water, it involves you guys, it involves my heart, it involves Archangel Michael. I went through this procedure a few months ago. Excuse me. I put you guys down as my friends. I put you, and you're in my and I keep the notebook, next to the candle when I'm praying and stuff like that. And by the way, if you're gonna ever pray to Archangel Michael, only use a blue candle. A blue candle. Don't use a white one because you won't reach him. He's blue. And so yeah, blue. Just remember that word because I got a little something. Anyway, see, this is what he told me, the procedure I went through. And you guys got to use your imagination a little bit. You put, there's a train and then there's a tram, right? The train is nice and luxurious. Uh, you're comfortable. You're going on a cruise and you're going to better places. And by putting you guys on that in my notebook, because I love you guys, a lot of people have left, but that's okay because I'm weeding out the bad people from the good people myself as this goes on. Some people don't want to listen to my channel. They think I'm boring or don't like me or listen to what other bad things people say about me that don't, you know, they need to wake up is what they need to do and get rid of all this hate and stuff. Okay, the train. We're going on the train, right? I'm on that train. I reserved a ticket for you guys to be on that train. Abigail, in fact, I call her sometimes Little Miss Free Ticket because she got a free ticket. She's a little dog. Animals usually, if you got a loving dog and you're not treating the dog to be mean or nothing, the dog gets a free ticket. If you're teaching the dog to be mean and attack people, then the dog doesn't have a free ticket and you don't got a free ticket. So don't do that. Well, the tram, right? People who hate, who don't want to listen to what I'm saying or Archangel Michael or don't believe in Jesus or nothing like that, they're getting a tram. Um, Archangel Michael, he sees this spiritually. He doesn't see me as I am now, right? He doesn't see my shirt. It's a nice new shirt I got, by the way. He doesn't see my mic. He doesn't see my glasses, my blonde hair. He doesn't see my body. He sees the light that I have in my heart. My light glows. And like the light that you guys have, Toga and Umberto, and I don't know who else is in here. I don't know if Jason is still here. Um, Whoever's in here, please say something. Please, I need you guys to say hi or something, make yourself known. Um, you know, if so I'm going to say Jason because there's only three things, and I know there was a cutoff. I don't know if he left or not, but no, I only got one. So anyway, well, see, we're a light. That's what he sees. He sees a glow, right? Well, he knows it's me. You know, like we know each other by our face identification, by our voice and stuff. He knows me by the light. I make your light glow, make it glow. And like I said earlier, there's, you know, like in heaven, you're not going to be punished. Thanks, Toga. In heaven, you're not going to be punished. Heaven is heaven. There's no, judgment day. That's totally false. There is no judgment day. There's, it's the darkness brainwashed us for centuries, uh, you know, generations after generations, so that they embedded it in our head that this is true, that, that we're going to hell if we believe bad things. No, we're just going to suffer the consequences. And earlier I said about demons and stuff. There are bad spirits, there are bad beings that want to enslave us to this day, right now, and they are out there in the universe. There's one particular, I'll name one. I know there's more than one, but there's one they're called reptilians. They are like lizard people, right? And they were on here. They all got chased away, but there are some that are being treated. In fact, should I talk about that right now or not? But like, okay, for instance, there's this one that I was shocked when I heard him talking. His name is uh, Arcock, right? RCOK, and like capital R and then capital COK. He was a leader. This was when Atlantis was around. He was a leader, I think Atlantis or um, Lamenia, Lamera. Yeah, Lamera. Lamera was before Atlantis, but he was a big leader, kind of like a president or something like that. And he wanted to rule the world, kind of like Hitler did. He wanted, and I don't know if he did or not, but what he did, what he would do, and this was a reptilian. This was a reptilian, right? This was, he was a monster. He was a monster. He would steal your wife. He would rape him. He would rape the heck out of your wife and leave her for dead. Sometimes he would eat your children right in front of you after raping them. After he would, you know, he would manipulate people to go against their own family. He would blackmail people. I mean, he was a controller. He was evil. He was one evil being. Well, uh, he finally saw the light, and because he's a being, right? We're all beings. We're all God's creatures. He's a God, one of God's creatures, just like Abigail's a God creature. I'm a God creature. And what, you know, but he was so like like marinated in this evilness that it just, just overflowing and gushing at him, the evilness. Well, they finally caught him, the Arcturians and the Pleiadians. They're two different. The Pleiadians kind of look like us. They're aliens from other uh, galaxies and other. They kind of look like us. Um, the Arcturians, they look more like uh, like aliens. They have more, and there's a lot of cats that are related uh, the Arcturians. Well, by doing that, see, they have the tools, which I'm told they have the tools to treat someone like Arcock, to, as bad as he was, turn him into somebody like as good as Jesus. And that's what they did. They treated him. and he ended up totally changing, getting rid of all that evilness and getting him out. Okay, now with that being said, I was shocked. Like, oh my God, I thought, if you're that bad, you're that bad. It's kind of like getting Satan and, cleaning him up, you know what I mean? Um, okay, this is what we got to do right now. We're in the third dimension. I've said this over and over, and I'm going to keep saying this. I have to. I mean, I'm past the point of no return. I can't go back to just bullshitting and everything like I used to. I have to talk serious about this. And whoever listens to me, fine. If you get tired, fine. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is I have to keep going forward for myself, my soul, right? You got your choice, you got your free will. I'm not going to make you guys do anything. I'm just showing you the way, right? I'm not going to beam my flashlight. I'm not going to beam it on you. I thought I had my light with me, but it's in the back. I'm not going to beam it on you and tell you guys, like, look at me, look at me. No, I'm just going to be, this is the way, this is the way. Just like the angels keep saying, go that way, go that way, go that way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm no angel, I'm a living person. Okay, this is what we got to do. The fourth dimension is, I found the word. I told you about the first dimension, the second dimension, or in the third dimension. The first dimension is like this steering wheel, like this. You can't see it; it's right here. Like this, because believe it or not, it has conscience. There's paint in there. There's tiny bitty microscopic atoms and molecules that are stuck on there doing their job, right? No matter what anybody says, it's material. It's right. So that, in my opinion, this is just me. I haven't studied what the first and second dimension is because that's like I'm past that. I'm going forward. This is the first dimension, kind of like this, in my opinion. Second dimension is like when we're alive, but we can't move. We're just, uh, and God bless the plants and stuff and trees. It's like, okay, I can't say anything. I can't do anything. I'm just here. That would be the second dimension. But they're not in torture, So, of course, the trees are going, they got the free ticket too, just like the dogs do. This is real complicated. It's really complicated. The third dimension is like us being a person. We got, and that first and second is only my opinion, so I might be totally wrong on that. The third dimension is us. We are, we chose to be here. We chose what kind of body to live in. We chose where to live. We chose what time to a time frame from what year to year. We chose how to be born. We chose our parents. We chose how we're going to die. But how we're going to die is a big iffy. That depends on the choices we make in life. That's one point. And if we make all the right choices, if we live like we're supposed to, then we're gonna die like we agreed to before we were born. You might say some people are, um, you know, like the war, right? Like when I started watching this war, Ukraine and Russia, I mean, oh my God, it totally just, my heart sunk. There's this tank coming around the corner, and there's these elderly people in a little car, and they just came, they met face to face. The, the guys in that tank, they just go, boom, they just blew up that tank. That tank was, s- you know, smithereens. That tank was, I mean, sorry, the car was no more. It was like with the two people in it. I thought to myself, oh my God, those people were just disintegrated just like that. Well, I learned, and this was what, back in February or whenever it happened, last year or whatever, uh, some time ago, right? Well, that's when all that was happening. I was like shocked. So was the world. Everybody was, and so was the universe. So was Jesus. So was uh, Father Absolute. So was Mother Mary. So was the beings from other planets. They all saw this stuff start to happen, and Putin threatening mass destruction with, nuclear bombs and stuff. That he's going to throw another nuclear bomb and destroy everybody. Well, Mother Mother Earth says, last time the U.S. did that in the 1940s, it hurt. So that's not going to happen again. So Mother Earth says, hey, can you help here? So right now, there's billions and billions of aliens around planet Earth. They're in a different dimension. We can't see them. They've come to me, and I haven't seen them yet, but boy, have I felt them. I felt them. Um, because their energy is so powerful, it gives me headaches. It does. It's kind of like going into a microwave and, all of a sudden, like, okay, how do you feel now? You know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to feel a little bit fried. Well, they're not going to let that happen. But see, the thing is, those people in that car, I felt bad for them. But at the same time, they chose that. They chose for a sudden death. And that was the hardest thing for me to learn. Like, what do you mean they chose to be killed like that? You think about it, they chose a sudden death. When we die, we choose our, when we're born, before we're born, we choose how we're going to die, when we're going to die. So they said that's why they don't, what do you call it? When people die, and they're good people, be glad for them because death is a transition. They're going from the third dimension and they're going into a higher dimension, right? Unless, unless that person is an evil person, then be glad that that person is gone because he's not going to spread his evilness anymore. And I'm talking somebody like, uh, I don't know, somebody that really is a murderer, does all kinds of stuff, but then you never know. They can be treated to go into higher dimension. It's really complicated. It is. Okay, that's like, I guess, a lesson. Uh, Today's lesson. Yikes! If you're still here and your brain is still screwed on right, good for you. Okay, this is what I got. I hope I didn't miss anything because I was kind of going. That was yesterday, today, and then tomorrow. See, okay, I'll get back right quick and recap on what I said. Talked about what it was like with slavery in the times before our our living days. Things have gotten better. Today we live in a positive world. We live in a technology. Everything's gotten so much easier to go down the road. We don't need to get a horse and buggy. We can get in a nice, beautiful Peterbilt or nice, beautiful Volvo or Mercedes or a limousine or something and travel from point to here to there. We don't gotta go grow our own food all the time. We can go to the market and buy the produce that's been grown and everything. So see, we don't got all these struggles that we have that they've had to back then. we got it right now. The technology, communication, we got that going back and forth now. I can talk to someone like Toga across the, the other part of the world, right? Someone who's like Umberto, who's in a different country. Both of you guys in different countries, by the way. Thanks for being here. And or I could talk to someone just like right next to me, right? On the phone. I remember when cell phones started coming out, my dad called me on the phone. I'm in the bedroom. He says, "Can you get me a glass of water?" I answered the phone. Okay, Dad. I hung up and I went to the kitchen, came to the living room, gave him some water, and went back to my bedroom. And he started laughing. I started laughing. So that's communication. That's see before he would just all he had to do was just, hey, go get me a glass of water, would you? I would have done it, but he called me up. See things like that. But technology is a blessing to us. Use it wisely. Okay. But then tomorrow, as for tomorrow, follow your heart. Follow your heart. Don't do the, you guys got to wake up, and the angels are constantly knocking on your door, telling you this is what's going to happen. The world is going to change. It is. The people, remember I said about the train and the tramway? Tramway is a bunch of people that don't want to wake up. They're going to a different country, not different country, a different place. Not only different world, who knows where they're going? They're going to a different place. Uh, there's a name for it, Tursela. They're going to Tursela. I have no idea where Tursela is, but I know one thing though, that it's the same like what it is now or worse. And they're not, and they're going to stay there until they learn. They're going to keep dying and born again and keep going, dying and born again, dying and born again until they wake up. I was asked, do you want to die the, the way, through a normal death and go through the fifth dimension? Or do you want to walk through the fifth dimension? You, the choice is yours. That's my choice. I want to walk through that portal. I want to walk through into the fifth dimension. I don't want to have to die, whether it be blown up by a tank or, cancer or anything like that. And, a slow death or a hurtful death or painful death. I'd rather just walk through a different dimension. How that's going to happen, I don't know. I haven't been told. I'm no angel. Okay, so there's that part. That's your choice. That's my choice. That's also your choice. So they've told me to tell you what I know. What they've told me, I'm telling you guys. I'm not manipulating anything. And by the way, they have been attacking Archangel Michael through the, what do you call it? The the internet. There's imposters out there. So when you see something, you're going to feel it from your heart. You're going to feel it from, okay, if you know it's wrong, please be aware that it's the real thing. I'm the real thing. Okay. I'm not going to lead you wrong in any way. I'm with the real Archangel Michael, because there's other ones that, you know, are saying other things and stuff. I'm with the real Archangel Michael. I know that because I've felt it. I've experienced it. I don't need to see him because I see him with my heart. That's where the faith comes in, right? When you're going through the storm, you're going to get there. Yes, you see it, you're going to get there. You just got to do your part. I just got to do my part and drive through the storm. That's what I'm doing. Okay, let me tell you what um let me tell you what was gifted to me this morning. This morning. Oh God, yeah. Um what was gifted to me this morning. Umberto, you're gonna like this. Is it your color? Uh Blue. This morning, and I have to keep that's why I gotta keep making these videos. I can't just not tell you guys what I know because then I'm not doing my part. I've been told to do my part by Mother Mary, by Jesus, especially by Jesus, by Archangel Michael. I'm a warrior of light. I'm one of his soldiers. As he put it, I don't want no banana army. So get, you know, get off your butt and start doing stuff. So I'm not going to be no banana soldier. All right. I got to do my part. Whether people like me or not, it doesn't matter. I'm being an, I'm being an honest to goodness, truthful, loyal, warrior for Archangel Michael. He's my general. And he follows the instructions of Jesus, who follows the instructions of, you know, Father Absolute. Well, this morning, oh my goodness, I was having breakfast, eating coffee and drink. I was having coffee, eating breakfast this morning, me and Abigail. And oh my goodness, you know what happened? Archangel Michael got on and he told me that all I had to do was ask. And so I did. So I got a blue cloth around me. You can't see it. I can't see it, but it's a blue. If you know what a cloth is, like kind of like a robe, right? I got a blue. I have one of his blue clothes around me to protect me, right? He says, wear the hood because it has a hood. I'm going to do a drawing of this too. It has a hood. He says, make sure you keep the hood on because the head is the most vulnerable part. It's the head is where they will try to manipulate you, try to attack you, and try to hurt you. So with feelings, with you know, anger, with situations and stuff. So I gotta use my head and like who was I talking to? Umberto the other day when all this happened, right? Yes, I got mad. I didn't start blaming anybody. I didn't start blaming the weather when I tore my tarp. I didn't start blaming the East Coast. I didn't start blaming anything. I had to blame myself. Like, okay, what mistake did I do? Right? At the same time, you have to forgive yourself. Okay, I did it. It's done. Don't cry over spilled milk. Now let's deal with the situation. I didn't, and yes, I was in a bad mood, but I asked, what do I do with this bad mood? Because I am not in a good mood right now. And, you know, you basically think, just sit down, think you're going to be okay. Don't let that negative creep in your head. That's why he said to wear the hood over me. So that's what you guys got to do. All you have to do right now. Okay, and I'm going to end it because I got to get going and I need the bathroom again. Um, all you got to do is please, please Step outside, right? One last thing too. In order to get better energy for you, as you guys are, because I believe I'm a little further than you guys because I've been studying this and stuff. So I'm trying to teach you guys. Um, Walk barefoot in the dirt or in the grass or something. That gives you some energy from Mother Earth. It will give you energy. It'll come into you and it's positive. It's kind of like drinking, or it's better than drinking these energy drinks that they have in the store. It's better than doing that. It is. It helps you. It heals you. You know, all of a sudden you don't got this, like, you know, charged up and stuff like that. How can I say it? Because you are charged up, but you don't, your toga ometer isn't gonna, you know, it's gonna look like that, but yet, you know what? It's gonna stay like that until you do it again, then you do it again, and then you do it again. It's not gonna all of a sudden, and then, oh, my battery's going down. You're not gonna do that. It Just do it, and then just keep doing it. Make it a habit, and before you know it, your ometer, your toga ometer or Umberto ometer is gonna be like, oh, and you're going to be able to see positive energy. You're going to attract more positive people. You're going to uh, be around more fortunate things that are happening rather than struggles and stuff. All you got to do this, and this is what I was told to tell you guys, whether you want to do it in private, whether you want to do it outside, just get yourself in a peaceful, quiet place in prayer. And if you guys meditate, if you guys don't know how to meditate, the angels taught me this. They did. I am not kidding. They taught me this to just put my hands, like this, right? And just relax and put my hands. I feel it in my hands. I feel the energy immediately in my hands. And at first, it's not going to tingle you like that. But the more you do it, you'll feel it. You'll feel your heartbeat in there. You'll feel like, boom, boom, you will feel it. I guarantee you. But if you guys, or in prayer, whatever, ask Archangel Michael, because you're not going through the internet. You're not going through all these things. By the way, Archangel Michael doesn't have blonde hair. He has either dark brown or black hair. So that's what I've been told. So when you see Archangel Michael picture, he looks, I mean, like a gorgeous, handsome man right there with wings. Like wow, but that's manipulated, right? He has black hair. Um, and I believe Archangel Gabriel or Archangel Raphael is a little bit bigger. One of them a little bit bigger and more muscular than he is. I don't know. In fact, what he says, Archangel Michael told me, he's a beam of light. So he can be basically, I don't know. I don't know about that stuff. I don't know how all that stuff works. Um, that's what I got. Ask him. Ask him. Pray to him. Please come to me. I'm willing to listen. And then after that, look for messages. Um, some of the messages, a lot of them that I get, a lot of my studying is awakening you. They're on my channel. You can go to them on my community, and you might want to, maybe you don't want to listen to that particular video. Just go to Awakening You channel. It has a whole list of all kinds that you can listen to. Extremely interesting because they talk about the universe. They talk about um, uh, Mother Mary talks. Who is it? Ashtar Sharon. Ashtar Sharon. He's a commander of a galactic spaceship. In other words, he's from another being and he's a Captain Kirk. You know, I'll tell you one last thing and then I gotta go. He was absent for a while, right? And he came back and he apologized for being absent because, he's regular. And he came back and he says, um, there was we didn't see it, but there was a battle going on up there in the universe. And they were the Dark Ones. I don't remember what I'll say the Dark Ones because I don't remember what their name of their being was. So I'll just say the Dark Ones. What they did, they blew up part of his ship, and they ended up, well, because of that, he lost his arm and his leg. But because he's uh like I want to say extraterrestrial or something like that, he was able. He says he can put it and heal it like we would put it back on his arm and his leg, put it back on and let it heal like we did. He says, but being that I'm a commander of millions, uh, I needed it right away. So they put it on, and with the treatment that they have, the technology that they have, they put him on, and he uh, healed in a matter of, I don't know, in our time, I guess, minutes or hours. If you guys don't believe me, I know I'm talking a lot of like things you might not believe, but when you feel this stuff, I'm going to end it with this here. When you actually feel this stuff in your heart, when you actually feel the vibrations, when you actually feel a heartbeat, and when you actually experience some of this, like, I don't need to see with my eyes. I see with my heart. I see with, and it's called a third eye, right? It's right there. Um, you can't see it, but they're chukkas, and the one right here, right? That's the crown chukka up on top. All that comes through you. That's how Jesus was able to heal, not hear. That's how he was able to heal because he didn't do anything. He's healed through his chakras, and through God came and healed, and it came out through his hand, and he healed like that. That's how Jesus did it. It's not magic. It's you know they back then those uh, rabbis or priests or whatever they're called. They thought he was a sorcerer or something like that. And no, he was trying to tell them it's from God, But anyway, I'm going to end it with that. Thanks for watching. And I'm almost up to 2 hours. I got to go out and start sewing my tarp together. Hmm. But I had to be out here to let it warm up. So thanks for watching. I believe this was an interesting one. Sorry for the little broken up part. And whatever you do, stay positive. Whatever you do, please, please uh, pray to Archangel Michael. Pray to Mother Mary. Pray to Jesus. We know him as Jesus. In the universe, he's known as Sananda. You can call him Jesus. You can call him Yeshua, right? Um, Pray to Jesus. Uh, yes, pray. And these times are going to be changing. I don't want you guys to be on the tram because that's going to Selah, wherever that is. I have no idea. Uh, you have to. I reserved you a ticket to go on the train. It's up to you guys to get on board. I can't force you to get on board. I was told that. I was taught that, and you know that's me. So thanks, and you too, Dozy. uh, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of funny names they call me on that. We'll see you later, and I love you guys, and you guys be careful, stay safe, and oh yeah, one last thing, check out, go to my community channel on this notice page. Go to the community, scroll down, you'll see Awakening You. Go to the Awakening You page. Go to that page, and you will find tons of information that I'm talking about, right? You'll find way more than I can explain in a more fashion manner. And one last thing, you start doing that, you will be ready to uh, really listen to the 9 letters of Jesus Christ, because that totally changes the whole ballgame for people. Yeah, but I don't love you. Oh well, gosh, I love you, Umberto. All right, well, I love you, and whether you guys love me or not, we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.